This video is in response to Trevor Carroll's latest video on how the heck do I make friends. And that video title really resonated with me because I've had plenty of struggles having to make friendships and keep those friendships. Because as an autistic person, it's really never that easy to really make friends instantly. Like I am not really confident enough to be more out there and having to approach someone and having to make friends that way. That is very difficult for me. Like I couldn't even handle that. And I want to give my 2 cents on here and having to give some tips and advice for him, and also having to communicate with my own perspective of friendships. I saw the comments on his video. They were very kind, informative, and helping of him. So I really applaud for them, and I really appreciate those that are pretty much assisting him throughout this process. So yeah, I pretty much think to the people that are trying their best to really give Trevor plenty of advice and support. And yeah, so if you are trying to make friends, if you're planning on making more new friends, and from what my understanding from that video is that he doesn't have as much friends as he would usually have. So my best advice when it comes to like making new friends is that try listing out the interests that you usually do throughout your free time. Maybe you like having to do content creation, maybe you do like gaming, or maybe dancing, art. You like having to look at trains, you have to look at cars a lot. Like whatever interests that may be, write them down on a piece of paper. That way you can help to like understand what your interests are and what are some of the things that you like to do in your free time. For instance, I looked at Trevor's content a lot recently, and he enjoys having to go to the gym, having to go on several walks outside, and so maybe he can actually be in those communities online. Like he can actually really uh, search for those communities online, and maybe even find the groups in the forums, or maybe even in Discord servers where they have where they have his own special interests out there. I would recommend everyone trying to do that. Like if you have similar interests with like a group that you found online, maybe you can actually join that. That would make your life 100% more easy if you would actually just list out your interests and having to search for those groups online. When I first joined a community on Discord, it was like an LGBTQ and neurodivergent group. Um, I felt completely in the void because there were so many people out there that are talking, and uh, I feel that I just want to be like I just feel that I that my voice wouldn't be out there because there were so many people that are having a conversation, and when I try to make a conversation and having to detail my struggles out there, like the my message really reach the right audience because of that. Like I feel that the message that I'm trying to put out there in the chat, um, I feel that people wouldn't really help me because of this. But I was completely wrong about it after one person having to really relate to the struggle, and then another person having to join in the conversation. And I felt that I was never really alone in this process, and my mind really thinks that it is really a safe space for me to communicate like my feelings, my own vulnerability about this. And this really makes me want to feel more authentic in myself and to actually go at my own pace because of this. And since then, I really communicate with other individuals, and I actually made quite a few friends in the process. Throughout my time in the community Discord that I'm in, I've made maybe like 3 or 5 or maybe like more than 5 friends online in that group. So I'm really am happy about that. But also like it is a struggle in the real life world out there. But I always try my best in having to really approach them with kindness, to actually really take my time and having to make friends, because you know, friendships don't really like grow that fast with like a lot of time into consideration. uh, but but friendship really takes really like time and effort and energy, and also with like the positive like mindset and affirmation in mind with the other person. Like it actually takes much more effort and growth to really grow as a person, to really grow with one another, um, and to really understand this person, to really understand their values and some other things that you really agree with on. Um, I feel that if you really enjoy having to make conversation with another person, if you actually really feel safe and comfortable with this other person that you're having to make a conversation with, um, that is actually really good. And eventually you'll find someone throughout the group, online or like in real life, having to make friends in the process, or like if you are attending like a club or a group activity in real life, um, and having to be more physical, having to communicate with other people in real life. I know for me it is very difficult to understand social cues, having to read the room around. But I always try my best. I always keep a low expectation of myself, and hopefully with the right person that I'm trying to talk to, they will actually start to grow with me. They will actually try to start to be friends with me. So so what I'm trying to say is that don't 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 take away a lot of most of your efforts. Don't take away like most of your energy into always having like the ability to try to demand a friendship. Like don't try to really heavily mask yourself into having to make a friendship that really works. Trust me, it will really come off naturally. Um, and that in the process, that will make you feel a lot more happier. It will make you a lot more like comfortable in your own skin if you just let it flow naturally. If you just let it flow naturally with the conversation, you being more fully of yourself, if you're being more authentic in yourself, the conversation will flow naturally with this other person that is willing to make good impressions about you, that is willing to make a whole lot of plans about you, and hopefully you'll be able to become best friends in this process. Um, I know it is a very rare occurrence in having to find someone that is very kind, that is very much more like compassionate with other neurodivergents. But trust me, once you really find the right person to be with, whether that may be online, whether that may be in real life with like a group or like a club that you are participating in, trust me, the process will be a lot more easier in this process. I for sure, when I do start university, like in a few weeks, I will actually have to be able to attend clubs or or certain groups that I am interested in. I want to actually build myself like an extracurricular activity on my resume, as I as if you don't know what I am pursuing at university, my major is in cinema and television arts. I graduated like in June. I graduated in June with an associate's in film, television, and electronic media. And I am transferring to a university for 2 more years in pursuing cinema and television and arts. So I'm very much more like, very much more eager about my dream position. Like, I've always wanted to be a cinematographer out of this when I do have to graduate from university. So if that happens, I would usually I would usually find a job out there, like but one of my biggest biggest goals that I need to reach. One of my biggest goals that I need to reach before I even graduate is to find some networking support. Find some friends that that will really help me out throughout this process, because I have been feeling very isolated for such a long time, and I always liked having to feel alone. Don't get me wrong on that. Like, many autistics really do feel like the same way of having to feel alone, having to breathe, having to get some space out there to really relax, meditate, and that's completely fine. But I want to really make sure to myself that I am getting getting most of the potential that the university has to offer. I know it is going to be very difficult, but I have to really trust myself and having to make a good impression for the people out there, and having to attend clubs and activities that I am interested in. That'll be hard, but hopefully other people out there will be able to help me, and maybe even you can actually really support me in this process. as I said, it is very difficult out there, and I never even know what the university situation is like. So yeah, I'm always trying my best and having to study really hard, and also striving to be a good student for my professors out there. So so yeah, that is it for this week's video. To wrap things up, um, I would say that friendships is really difficult, but the thing is that communicating your interests, communicating what you like, and having to be involved in certain smaller groups out there, you'll definitely be able to have a good impression of other people. You'll definitely do have lots of conversations from other people that are really more interested in what you actually prefer, what you actually like about yourself. So I really recommend that if you want to start something easy, just join a group. Just join a group that you actually feel more comfortable with. Maybe you can even talk to me in this instance, because I for sure want to. I for sure want to be friends with him in this case, because one of my friends really pinged me in one of his posts, saying that he really wants me to be friends with him, and I'm like, I'm not really sure. Like, it really depends if he wants to be friends with me. um, well, I don't really know about his situation or his circumstance. I really must respect his privacy, and also if when the time is right, if the feeling is right there for both of us, then we can actually make a lot of good connections. We could actually have a lot of deep conversations, and being our most authentic selves out there. If when the time is right for us to have a conversation with him. So hopefully that will happen, Trevor. If you can see this, I hope to make a great conversation with you, and maybe we can learn more about ourselves with each other. Maybe you can also keep me informed with other autistic news out there. That would be greatly appreciated, because I would love to have some inspiration with you, and I have been inspired by one of your videos for pretty much several months. So so I really appreciate the content that you put out there, and I just really hope that the videos that I'm making will really inspire other autistics out there. So thank you, Trevor Carroll, for making these videos. That is greatly appreciated of you having to assist other autistics out there, and maybe I can become friends with you in this process. so yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, if you have any other questions, insights, or if there's something that I missed in having to talk, if there's something that I missed in this video, I would love it if you can share that in the comments below. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm always learning, and I'm always learning from others that want to help me out throughout this process of having to make more meaningful friendship connections. And I do have a small Discord server. It's not a lot of people out there, but I would greatly appreciate it if one of you autistics can join my Discord server. Link below. I would love to have a lot more autistics, a lot more neurodivergent people actually communicating with my Discord server, and I want to actually start by growing a larger community of autistics that are willing to help each other out, that are willing to lend a helping hand, and also having to understand their difficulties, having to understanding sensory needs, and also hyperfixations, other stuff like that. So if you have the time, maybe you can join my Discord server. It's completely free. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please go give it a like and subscribe. And remember, just be your own version of yourself. Nobody can change it except for you. Just remember that. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.